Okay, PJBT fans, we would like to welcome you once again to another edition of PJBT Live. Today we're coming to you from Town and Country Lanes in beautiful Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. I am the one your mother always warned you about, PA Fats, here on the mic, surrounded by a near-capacity crowd. Let's hear yous all! That was pretty pathetic. Let's do this again. Let's hear yous all. That was slightly better. All right, we just completed the match play round. We are waiting for the crack PJBT staff to tabulate the scores. And we will have our top 5 stepladder finalists to go through. I am feeling a little sugar depleted today. My crack source, Michelle, isn't here. She is the PJBT crack dealer. I mean, gummy bear worm dealer. I miss you, Michelle, and your wonderful gummy worms. I did promise her yesterday I would give her a shout out. I gave her a shout out.
Hey, Mom. I'm with Jason. Are you watching the live stream? No, I'm actually in the car driving.
Just tell her I gave our local gummy worm dealer a shout out. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, the PJBT message board, the live chat board, is up and operational. Feel free to say something. If I deem it worthy, I may read it out loud. I don't know who the hell that was, but please throw that gentleman out of the building. And I may even comment on if I like what I read. If you are new to the PJBT channel, let me know. Say hi. I will definitely give you a shout out. And if you bring in new people, well, thank you. There is no initiation fee, although I do like food, whether it be a good piece of fruit or a good soft chocolate chip cookie. Or maybe some French fries. But be that as it may, we have a bunch of beatniks here today. They don't even know what that means. They'll have to look that up in their computers. What? Oh, hi. It's in my coat. Oh. The Prodigy wants some more of the fat guy's money. By the way, the fat guy did really good up at the casino yesterday. Who saw what the fat guy did at the casino yesterday? Give me a hell yeah. 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 Oh, I don't have that money with me. That was spent on gummy worms. All right. I don't know what's taking the crack PJBT staff so long down there. Maybe if we're lucky, Skip Moyer will be joining us today. Skip may have an announcement to make later, I was told. But we'll see.
Keep upside down, please.
I was just told to stand upside down. Cool. Cool. So I don't know who's going to be joining me in the booth today. Hopefully somebody. Maybe the Prodigy, since he didn't make the TV. I did hear though at the Masters today, in match number 2, there was a sign that said Prodigy. So I'll have to go back and look at that. I'm still waiting for somebody on national TV to hold up a sign that says PA Fats. I'll put anybody in the 300 pot who does that, puts up a sign that says PA Fats.
Check. Okay, PJBT bowlers and
That
parents,
too.
I have the results of the qualifying round.
All right,
for
we got the
today's
results.
tournament. Our finals live streaming has already begun. 9 through 12 will be the finals. Scratch division on 9 and 10, handicap on 11 and 12. The practice lanes will be 6 and 15. Okay, your finalists in the scratch division, your leader at plus 422 is Sam Bortnick.
Sam Bortnick is your leader from New Jersey at plus
Second place
422.
at plus 338 is Riley Selmer.
Riley Selmer on the strength of his 279 final game at second at plus 338. Aaron Heckman plus 334.
303 is Brandon Rump.
Brandon Runk plus
The
303.
final qualifier for the finals at plus 275 is Alex Glinsky.
Alex Glinsky sneaking into the top 5 at plus 275.
Scholarship finishing in 6th place, getting a $30 scholarship at just 4 pins behind at plus 271 goes to Dylan Zimmerman.
Dylan Zimmerman just missing the cut by 4. Plus 271 though. He gets some scholarship dough.
275 to make the finals in scratch and 271 to cash. Okay? All right, handicap side. Your leader at plus 376 is David Cortinas.
David Cortinas, your leader in the handicap division at plus 376.
Jack Conrad.
Jack Conrad second at plus
Third place
201.
at plus 180 is James Sabo.
James Sabo third at plus
Fourth
180.
place at plus 109 is Jill Sprinkle.
Jill Sprinkle plus 109 is
Fifth and
fourth.
final qualifier for the finals at plus 103 is Aiden Davis.
Aiden Davis plus
103
103
to make the finals in handicap.
qualifies
If we
fifth.
can have those 10 finalists, we support down to lanes 10 and 11. I will give you instructions for bowler introductions and the beginning of the final.
All right, so there is our top 10 for the day. Stellar field. Well, not really.
I can ask him if he's not leaving.
No one knows the second place guy. Everyone knows the guy who won. All right. No one remembers this guy got second.
I will.
You're the only.
Okay, so as we get ready, we will do some introductions once Matt gives them a talk. Joining us in the booth after qualifying 11th today and going a stellar 0-3 in match play.
I faced two lefties.
Your point?
The left side was a little bit more walled than the
Well,
right
if
side.
you shot 280, you would have won them all.
See, I didn't have that kind of look. The right side was, you pulled it, it hooked to the face. You got it out, it didn't hook at all.
So in other words, you just had to throw a good shot.
Or, hit this.
Yeah,
About
yeah,
this
yeah.
2-inch spot.
Yeah.
I'm never saying I didn't throw good shots.
Yeah.
But then when I did throw a good shot, I couldn't carry.
I never met the biggest whiner in all my life.
Sounds personal.
I'm going to shout now. Is everybody listening? If you think the Prodigy is the biggest whiner you ever met, give me a hell yeah! Yeah. Even this beautiful 40-year-old woman to my left gave me a hell yeah.
That's great.
In fact, I think she was the loudest one.
That's great.
So I hear we're going to be joined by a special guest today for a little bit in the booth, just to rub some salt in your wound. What'd you get me to eat?
I got myself to eat some hot dogs.
I hope he got some French fries for the fat guy. All right, by the way, once again, the live chat is up and operational. So tell me your feelings. Let me know how the live stream is. Is the sound good? I'm trying to correct the echo. I went back to the old way of doing this. But there's going to be a little bit of a delay. You know, I could really use somebody who knows what the hell they're doing with audio and video. Why are you sitting so close to me? Dude, go put deodorant on or something. Or change your underwear.
I'm back. With food.
Wow, that looks pretty good. Is that sausage or hot dogs?
Hot dogs.
They're pretty big hot dogs. What are you taking a picture of?
It's called Snapchat.
Why them?
I don't know.
Hey, sit down for a second. Put that on. Yeah,
He wants.
but don't say a word yet. Just
He wants
put it
to
on
be
and listen.
mean.
Just put it on and listen. Thank you. Very good. Very good. All right, we are just about ready for the introductions. Whenever you're ready, Dr. Hook. Can you hear me now?
Can hear you well.
Hell yeah.
Scholars and parents and spectators are finalists for today's step ladder finals of PJBT at Town and Country Lanes in Bethlehem. Starting with our scratch division finalists, our fifth seed today from Linfield, Pennsylvania, Alex Linsky.
Alex Klinsky from somewhere, fifth seed.
Linfield.
Taking on in the first match from the fourth seed from Enola, Pennsylvania, Brandon Rump.
Another Pennsylvania bowler, Brandon Runk.
Winner of that first match will take on in match number 2, our third seed from Bangor, Pennsylvania, Aaron Heckman.
Whoa, the crowd goes wild for Aaron Heckman. He must have paid her off.
Winner of the second match will advance to the semifinal, take on our second seed today from Fleetwood, PA, Riley Selmer.
From Fleetwood, PA, they had a little storm damage. Riley Selmer,
Yet he's wearing a Storm shirt.
That match will advance
kind of ironic.
take on our tournament leader with just under about a 9-10 lead going into the finals from East Brunswick, New Jersey, Sam Bortnick.
Sam Bortnick from New Jersey. Your scratch division leader with that nice PJBT yellow shirt. Now for the handicap division.
Now to introduce the handicap division. Our fifth seed for today.
Brandon, get out of the way.
Pennsylvania, Aiden Davis.
Aiden Davis from Pennsylvania, your fifth seed. He's kind of short.
Taking on Aiden in the first match from Martinsburg, West Virginia, Jill Sprinkle.
Jill Sprinkle all the way from West Virginia.
Winner of our first match will take on our third seed from Bethlehem, PA, James Sabo.
Your third seed from Pennsylvania, James Sabo.
Will advance to bowl the number 2 seed from Chatham, New Jersey, Jack Conrad.
Jack Conrad, your number 2 seed. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Conrad's mom is watching from South Africa today. She said, you better win or you got to walk home.
And the winner of that semifinal will take on our tournament leader with a 175-pin lead going into the final. From Bayonne, New Jersey, David Cortinas.
David Cortinas, another New Jerseyan. So we got lots of people from Pennsylvania, 2 through 5, and 2 New Jerseys are leading. All right. So before we start, we have a special guest in the booth. Actually, we have yesterday's PIAA District 3 champion and PIAA District 3 runner-up. I'll let you figure out which one is which. We got Dylan Zimmerman and the prodigy Daniel Althouse. Champion and runner-up. Congratulations, both gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we want to say which one of you's won?
No, not
PA
preferably.
Fats won.
Ah, yes, PA Fats is always a winner. So actually, Dylan qualified in the last spot yesterday. Sixth, top 6 made it. He qualified, I believe it was by 2 pins, because somebody else threw like a 5 count on a fill shot or
He
something.
went double 5.
Whoops, whoops. And tell us about your 3 games to a championship.
Well, after qualifying, I pretty much just went into it with a new mindset that at this point I'm already here and I have nothing to lose, and it's my last chance, so why not go for it? And I was able to get a pretty good look, and I just had the pocket dialed in, and once I got going, it was just all machinery from there.
Do you remember what your games were?
I believe it was 256, 246, and 237.
I do believe that is correct. So now you're a district champion. So what comes next?
Hopefully regionals.
What's that?
Regionals is pretty much the high school bowling's path to states in the Eastern PA area.
Okay. And when and where is that?
That is at Leisure Lanes in Lancaster. On Friday, March 3rd is the singles, and Saturday, March 4th is the team.
Oh. You know who's going to be in attendance, right?
PA Fats.
PA Fats will be there. And why do you think PA Fats will be there?
Because you love bowling so much that you're coming to watch all the good bowlers.
No. PA Fats will be there because the Prodigy will be there.
Oh.
Because the Prodigy also qualified for the Eastern Regionals. I do believe the Prodigy was the top seed after qualifying at districts yesterday, shooting an incredible plus 212 on what was the pattern?
Modified Abbey Road.
Modified Abbey Road.
WTBA Scorefest.
But you
You're
know
right.
what? Scores weren't really. It was only like 15 bowlers went plus.
Okay. WTBA pocket was given.
WTBA no carry.
What was it like to beat a fellow PJBT competitor and good friend in the finals?
It's one of those things where you feel more relaxed when you're bowling someone you know, and doing it sort of gives that little edge in the future going on then.
And it was interesting. You guys both made match play today, and you faced each other in game 1. Was it a different outcome or more of the same?
More the same. My look was bad.
Ah, yes. All right. Well,
I need to work on putting less hand in it.
I need to work on putting more hand in it.
You shot 250.
With what, 10 revs? Come on.
10 revs. Well, I
was
think
up to 20.
I calculated it at like 13.2.
Yes.
You see, your practice pays off.
Does it count that I left 2 pockets, 7 tens in that
Yes. So very quickly, what's your plans for next year after you graduate?
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Or don't you know yet?
I'm still deciding. I'm pretty much down to 2
Okay.
colleges at this point. But all the factors playing in are it's evening out so bad that the decision is incredibly difficult.
Okay. All right, on to tournament director Matt for whatever. All right, off we go for match number 1. So what would you like to major in? Have you at least settled on that?
Yeah, I'm going into accounting.
Why in the world do you want to follow in the footsteps of PA Fats?
Why not?
Those are pretty fat shoes to fill. You do realize that. You know, if you went to a different school, you could have been my intern this year.
You have a point.
I get an intern every year.
Hmm.
And amazingly, they still all want to be accountants by the time they're done. Well, thank you, Mr. Zimmerman, for joining us today. Good luck with regionals this Friday. Maybe we'll see you guys in the finals again.
That would be pretty good.
Interesting.
He can win then, too.
Yeah?
Then we can meet at States and I'll win that one.
Okay.
No. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the phone. I'm going 3-0.
Wow.
Oh.
A little smackdown going on here. All right. Well, time to focus on the match. We'll adjust the fat guy's microphone. As Dylan leaves, I think he may have farted right as he was leaving, though.
Wasn't me.
All right. So.
See you guys next Friday.
See ya.
See you Friday, Mr. Zimmerman. All right. So, on the handicap side, Jill started out with a strike, and Aiden started out with a spare. Aiden is getting 4 pins in this match. On the scratch side, both bowlers, Alex Klinsky and Brandon Runk, started out with a strike. All right, you know, Prodigy, it would have been nice if you offered me some of your hot dogs. They look kind of good.
Actually, they were pretty good.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
I'm hungry. Should have said something.
That's all right. I'll keep my appetite for when we go out to eat after. When we go out to eat after the tournament. That's a good shot by Mr. Glinsky to open up with a double to match Runk's double. Brandon, what did they call you at the hospital or something? Rump, like rump roast. Okay.
Huh.
I was waiting there for an hour, wondering why they didn't call me because they had my name spelled wrong.
Don't know why he was in the hospital. It might have been a hangnail or something.
Just random fact. Glimsky threw a gutter ball first ball of this tournament.
You know what? I did see that. He was on 1 and 2, and
Right in the gutter on lane 1.
kind of like I did on the front 11. It was pretty much in the gutter at the same spot.
Yeah, but it also fell off his hand. I think about halfway down his backswing.
Did you know somebody posted a comment on our message board basically saying that I'm on serious psych meds?
I
Thank
like
you.
that comment.
Thank you for the kind words there, sir or ma'am. Appreciate it.
Good
Whoa.
afternoon, everybody.
When did he sneak in the booth? That's Dr. Hook.
Just come to check in on us.
Good spare there by Jill. You can see she's pumped up by it. Yeah, at least she smiled. By the way, Jill, who looks about 12, is actually 18.
What?
Yeah. She is. She's 18.
I thought she was like 13.
What are you doing looking at me funny? She's 18. I
she
asked
must-
her last week.
She must have those genes of my wife.
Yes. Well, no one thinks I'm my age either. I'm actually 62.
And everyone thinks you're about 83.
No, much less. That was a good shot there by Aiden. He is now on a double. Aiden, one of our many fantastic up-and-coming stars in the handicap division. No comment from my co-people. It's like the cat has their tongue. Very unique style, though, by Aiden.
That's what I was going to mention. I was watching the style. I was interested to see the form.
I'm not too sure, though, how he knows where he's throwing it because he can't see when his ball goes over the arrows.
Well, I mean, that comes in time when, you know, certainly as I'm sure as he gets older, it'll, you know, his timing will change a little more.
I don't know if he goes by
But-
break point or and speed.
You know, it was funny when I bowled in college. I had a lot of guys that they wouldn't even look at the arrows or the dots. They literally looked at the floor.
Ah. Not good. Plug me in. We're good. We're probably not good that way, though. Dun, dun. No, I don't. I just go. Start. 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 Start.
Just sound, I think.
Yeah, we had a little trip of our power cords, and when that happens, we lose sound. But we should be fine. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Well, thank you. I could barely hear you. Is
I
your
don't-
mute on?
I don't even hear him. No, I don't hear him.
What's the old saying? Expect some high-scoring matches on the scratch side today. The scores have been high-paced today. Plus 100 for the first 5 games to make the cut in scratch. So they need to average over 220. And then we had some great games during the match play round. So expect to see some strikes here in the matches today. Nice strike by Aiden.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me? He might be resetting the whole thing.
He still has picture though.
Are you resetting the whole thing?
The volume should be fine now. Just until I do the next part, we can't hear each other.
Okay.
So go ahead. You guys could talk. Go ahead.
Check. Can you guys hear me?
Not yet. Who could hear me?
No one.
No.
Daniel, say something.
Hello.
I got Daniel. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
No.
Spare there for Alex Glinsky. Tough pace right now for Glinsky as he
Daniel,
can
say
only
something.
shoot
Hi.
two.
So you're number 3.
He can strike out for 240, but he's still following Brandon, who has a perfect game through 6.
Can you
On the
hear
handicap
Matt right
side, spare
now?
for Sprinkle.
Yes.
So he's 2 and I'm 1.
And a good shot there by Aiden. Leaving the 10 pin. He will try to convert, and that will keep him ahead in the match. Meanwhile, Glinsky trying to keep pace in 7th frame. breaks up high, leaving the 3, 6, 9, 10, a tricky combination. Davis slides by, missing the 10 pin. That will give him a 135 rather, on the board. That will still keep him in the lead of the match at the moment. But the match has gotten tighter. Glinsky converts the tough 3, 6, 9, 10. And a strike for Aiden Davis.
Wow, I fixed the score and look up and didn't know that Brandon Runk's on a long string there.
Yeppery. Are we all good with sound now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good job, Prodigy. I was afraid you couldn't talk anymore. All right. Sprinkle comes up a little high, 4-7. Let's see if Runk can continue the streak. 7th frame. And he does.
That's a good shot there by Brandon.
That actually was a little lucky.
He's come a long way since being released from the academy, a.k.a. Never mind.
I'm not too sure what you mean there.
Okay, so up we are in the 9th, and Aiden has a 14-pin lead scratch, 18 with his handicap. And Jill just can't quite get out the 7. Brandon, by the way, on the front 7 on the scratch side, he leaves a 7-pin, so his opportunity at 300 goes out the door this game, but he has roughly a 55-pin lead on Alex Glinsky, so as long as Brandon can remain clean, he will be moving on. And as I say that, he misses the 7. That's the PA Fats kiss of death right there. And Jill misses her 7-pin.
Max score for Jill at this point would be 179. That means Aiden just needs to pretty much put a mark on the board to lock up the match. Good shot, leaving the 10 pin. There's a good shot by Alex Glinsky.
And there's your spare.
Yep, there's the spare. So at this point, he just needs to get a couple of pins, and that will lock up the match. Oh, a solid 7-pin. But that will be enough to lock up the match, and Aiden Davis will be advancing to take on our 3rd seed in the handicap side, local bowler James Sabo.
And Glinsky on the scratch side puts a double up on the board. Makes his match a little closer against Brandon. He could still go out for 234. So Brandon will be looking for a mark somewhere in the next 2 frames to move on. And run comes in a little high, leaves the 6-pin.
Here comes a tripper, the trip 4. 194 for Aiden. despair there for Runk, but this match actually not over yet because he still does need to put a mark on the board in the 10th frame, or at least a count, because Alex Galinsky could strike out to shoot 234.
Yeah.
So he still needs
If he gets 9 on his first ball.
9
yes.
on the first ball to lock up the match. And there's 10 back for Brandon Runk, so that will lock up the match for Brandon. And he will defeat Alex Galinsky in match 1 on the scratch side.
All right, Jill finishing up on the handicap side. She comes in a little high, leaves herself a 4.710. She will finish with 166 to Aiden's 194 scratch, 198 with his handicap. And Brandon Light shaker. Alex.
And there's a triple for Brandon Runk. He'll finish the match with a win, and 257 his final score. He will advance to take on our 3rd seed, Aaron Heckman. Aaron Heckman, so far today, the bowler who shot our honor scores for today. He had an 11 in a row 299 during qualifying and shot 805 for his first 3 today to lead the field early.
All right, Alex's finishes out. Nice strike. So Runk defeats Galinsky 257 to 213. Match 1 is over. We'll await award presentations. We will get ready for match number 2. And we will discuss upcoming events. Alex Galinsky, $35 scholarship. 5th place finish today. The scratch division. Jill Sprinkle, all the way from West Virginia. 5th place finish today. $30 richer. All right, so as the bowlers warm up for game 2, let's talk about upcoming events. Next week, one of our favorite tournaments of the year, the 3-person team tournament coming to you from Clearview. Hey, we were at Clearview yesterday.
Yeah, it doesn't make me want to go back.
Hey, you actually bowled good there for once.
Something on other than a house shot.
Well, it's not a house shot next week.
What is it?
It is Stone Street.
I don't think the gutter hook's on that.
Oh, well. All right, so A reminder, if you guys want to get the discount, you must need to have your entry or deposit, $20 deposit paid by midnight tonight. You could make your deposit online at PJBT, bowlingseries.com. You do not need to have a team to put down a deposit. Just throw down a deposit and make your team sometime this week. For example, I put down the deposit today for the Prodigy. He does not have a team yet, so if anybody out there is looking to bowl, let us know. Post something on our Facebook page, PJBT Youth Information page. Send me a message here on Facebook, and we'll get the teams. Reminder, that is only a 32-lane bowling center, so if you want to bowl with your team, your full team, you must be one of the first 32 people to put down a deposit. I know yesterday we had about 7 teams entered, and I know we got probably about the same amount today. So we're probably at least halfway full. If you are team like 32 through 38, you will be separated from your team, but you will still be able to bowl. Matthew, what's the max number of teams we could have next week? Is it about somewhere around 40? 40. 40 is the max, and we will probably get about 40. Yes. Then the week after, one of my favorite tournaments, the Adult Junior Doubles number 3 at Leisure Lanes in Lancaster. That one as well. Pay a $20 deposit to guarantee your spot. That will be due by midnight next Sunday. Oh, never mind. That's in a couple weeks. In between the two is major number 8 at Haja Rose Bowl. Back up this way in Allentown. That will be on Eiffel Tower. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Isn't that 48 feet?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to hate it.
At that wonderful, tight bowling center as it is.
So I'm probably going to be throwing literally at the head pad.
We'll see. Put a little surface on some stuff, and we'll see what happens.
Still going to be throwing it at the head pad.
And then, once again, we go to Leisure, and you already have a partner for Leisure.
Look at me go.
You know who your partner is.
I do?
Give her a shout-out.
I actually don't know who my partner is.
Give her a shout-out.
If it's a her, I would assume it's Brittany then.
You assume correctly. And then the week after, we go to a Saturday tournament at J Lanes in Douglasville.
I don't like that one.
All right, on to Matt for player introductions for match number 2. All right, on the handicap side, we have Aiden Davis getting 6 pins against James Sabo. It looks like Sabo will be starting the match on lane 11, and Aaron Heckman will be starting his match on lane number 9. Aaron, by the way, shot 299 in game 3 for an 805 opening series. The only honor scores of the day today. Both bowlers begin with strikes. We are off and running in match number 2. Good shot there by Aiden. Even up his match. And a strike by Brandon. All right, all 4 bowlers are through frame number 1. All of them have a strike. Aiden comes in a little light. He leaves the 2-8. Did you notice, Prodigy, that Aiden takes his glasses off before he goes up to bowl?
If he had his glasses on, they would fall off his face.
Potentially.
They would.
And a messenger trips.
So
the
not exactly
7.
sure how he could see where he's even throwing it.
Well, if he climbs the ladder, we'll have to ask him. He looks more studious with the glasses on, by the way.
Yeah,
He's looking back here wondering what that word means.
probably.
And another strike by Sabo. He opens with a double, takes an early 10-pin lead, scratch, 4-pin lead with his handicap. Aaron Heckman on the scratch side, he leaves a 10-pin. That's a yank by Sabo, and he goes Brooklyn.
Okay, I'm back in the booth.
Back in, better than ever.
How we doing?
Oh, we're
I
doing.
see a handful of strikes. There's another one for Aiden Davis.
Two, 4, 5 leave there by Heckman. Falls 3 more pins down in the match. He finds himself now down by 13.
And another strike for Aiden Davis. Starts out with strike, spare, and a double. So looking good through 4 frames. And now Sabo will try to continue. He started with the front 3. 4th frame on the right match. And he comes up high, leaving the 2-4. So about an even match now through 4 frames.
Yes. Aiden, by the way, for those wondering that's watching, he is getting 6 pins this match. We had a question on the message board about the handicap.
Spare conversion there on lane 12 for Sabo. And on the scratch side, Runk with the front 3, looking to take an early lead as Heckman opened in the 3rd frame. So he'll look for 4 in a row in just a moment. There's a good shot for James Sabo. Wide there for Runk, leaving the 3-5. And let's see what Davis can do. He makes it 3 in a row.
He just keeps motoring along.
It's a very interesting style that he uses to bowl. I know we
Yes,
mentioned
it
it
is.
earlier in the broadcast, but it's neat to watch because it's, as Dan said, it's hard to understand exactly how you maneuver that timing wise.
Yes.
But his timing looks great. Leaves the 10 pin there.
By the way, you have a fan on the message board. He or she likes the way you call a match.
Who is that?
I have no idea who it is, but they're about to be banned.
Ah. Most people don't know. If I wouldn't have went into business and bowling, it would have probably been communications and an announcer. So
Who knows? You could be working for the USBC right now announcing bowling. You could be running something.
I don't know. You just said a 4-letter word that I don't understand.
What would that be?
But you know, on a day like today, I could be calling the 59th running of the Great American Race.
Absolutely.
Another left turn.
You could be going giggity, 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 or
Let's go, boys.
Let's go racing, boys. For all the fans out there, I'm sure we'll be over in this broadcast before that race is over. But don't anybody
Yes.
tell me who won.
I-
Because I'll watch it
The
later.
car with the number on
it
it.
used to start at like noon, but doesn't it start much later now at like 4?
Well, they actually,
2 or something
I
like that?
saw it started at 2 today.
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's funny. Yesterday they had they had what they call the Xfinity race, and I had it.
Yes.
I had it on as I was getting stuff ready for today's tournament, and they started the race late this year, around like 3:30. I'm assuming because they thought, well, this is a short race; it won't take that long. Yeah, 2 wrecks, 30 laps in, red flags twice.
Yes.
Carnage everywhere of vehicles. The race didn't end under. It ended under the lights. It took that long. So, fortunately, they had lights at the track. But anyways, 10-pin there for Aiden Davis.
Somebody named Brittany has chimed in on the message board. She says she's going to delete the video.
What does she know?
I don't know.
Spare there.
And yes, it was a 2 p.m. start.
And Aiden Davis with a spare there. So Aiden currently in the match leads by 8 through 7 frames. On the scratch side, Aaron Heckman looking for a triple, still trailing by 11. And he goes high, leaving the 4, the 6, and the 7. Now Aiden with back-to-back spares. Looking to make it now 3 in a row as he leaves the 4-pin.
Oh,
Heckman almost converting the 4-6-7. Taking out the 6 and the 7. So he puts a 100 on the board after 6 frames.
somebody wants to know who your favorite driver is.
Well, I don't want this to get me in trouble, but my favorite driver used to always be as a kid, Jeff Gordon,
Well, yes.
the Rainbow Warrior.
Yes.
But now that he's not in NASCAR anymore, it's funny, I don't really follow it that close. I mean, I might check to see who wins each week, but I don't really watch it other than the Daytona 500. To me, that's a race that even if you don't like racing, you just got to watch.
I was a Jeff Gordon fan as well. That's because I used to watch him race wingless sprints
Yes.
before when he was a teenager before he got into NASCAR. But before him, I was a Bill Elliott fan.
Ah, yes.
Awesome Bill from Dawsonville.
Well, his son is on the
Yes.
pole today, Chase Elliott. So, and actually, that's the second year in a row he's on the pole.
Yes,
so,
it is.
And he won a race on Thursday. So, in the qualifier races. So, be interesting to see how he does today. But he is driving the old 24 car from Jeff Gordon. So, Sabo leaving the left-hander's washout. He tries to convert, but leaves the 7. That'll put a open frame on the board. He is at 180. So without handicap, he can shoot a max 210. And that means that Aiden needs to shoot 205 or better scratch to win the match. He is on pace at the moment to shoot 230, so he is in the lead. 9th frame on the handicap side. And a big strike for Aiden.
By the way, that was Lynn that wanted to know who your favorite driver was. Tevin's mom.
Oh, okay.
Another one of the Fats fanatics, by the way.
Spare there for Brandon Runk. Brandon now with 163 in the 7th. He can shoot 243. And Heckman can max out for 220. So it's important Heckman needs to get off the sheet here to put some pressure on Runk in this match. Meanwhile, Aiden Davis with another strike. And he is looking to
Pretty
lock
secure.
up the match. Yep.
Yes. So he'll be moving on in the semifinals to face Jack Conrad.
And another great shot for Aiden Davis. 3 in a row. He'll have one more fill ball, looking to shoot scratch 237. That would give him 243 with his handicap.
And what does he average?
179.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, he leaves a solid 7, but still a great game of 236. With his handicap 242, and he will advance to the semifinal.
Good game there by Mr. Davis. And he says he needs to make a pit stop of his own. Good shot there by Brandon. He will be looking, let's see here. Once again, he is looking for a 9. He needs just 9 pins on 2 shots to shut out Aaron. Aaron could strike out for 220. Brandon gets 9. He will shoot 221. And he will move on. Interesting lefty versus left. Actually, there'll be 3 lefties left.
Hey, I kind of predicted that.
Yes, you did.
I told you it was a lefty house.
At least today it was.
Final
It
scores
always
today.
has been.
Final scores on the handicap side. Aiden Davis shoots 242, and his opponent James Sabo with a respectable 207. So
Now.
Aiden will be advancing to the semifinal to take on Jack Conrad from Chatham, New Jersey.
I don't want to say this out loud, but as long as Brandon could figure out bowling scores, he should know he only needs to get 3 of these to advance. He doesn't need to make the spare. So he should just treat this like that the 7 pin isn't even there. And of course, I add wrong. I added wrong, as usual.
He definitely needed that spare.
Yes, because I added wrong.
You were
I added
10
wrong.
pins off.
Take my neck.
10
Yes.
pins off. Good Connor.
Take my neck.
And
So
you
Runk
bashed
shoots-
Connor Weiserman.
Yes.
Runk shoots 209, and,
I'm a little tired.
Shame on you.
and now Aaron
I'm a
needs a
little
double. A double to win.
That's good.
He gets the first.
Who did this last week?
I don't know. No one did that last week.
Yes, somebody did that last week
Who?
to let EJ Tackett win a title.
Oh. But to say, no one at East Lincoln did that.
We did have an
If he
open
goes-
frame in the 10th frame of the title match in the Over-Under Buddies Pro Shop event last week.
Did ya?
There's
Ooh. He needed that one. A 9 spare would have been a tie. Now I got my math back on right.
There you go.
I guess I was trying to help Brandon because I picked him to win before the day started. So I was just trying to help him.
once again, you're the kiss of death.
Yes. Oh,
Solid 8, but he finishes with 219. So 219 to 209 in a great match.
interesting.
Heckman advances. Okay.
All right, so in a moment we will have Matt give out award presentations to our 4th place finishers, and then we will get set up to go for our semifinal matches. You are watching continuous coverage of the PJBT from Town and Country Lanes in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. On the mat. Brandon Runk, your fourth place finisher today. James Sabo. By the way, your final scores in these matches: Aiden defeated James 242 to 207, and Aaron defeated Brandon 219 to 209. Some really good bowling there.
On the handicap side, I wouldn't really say much for the scratch side.
Yes.
219 and 209 aren't that good of scores.
So let's talk about what happened to the fat guy yesterday.
You won money.
I was hemming and hawing. Do I want to go to the casino? Do I not want to go to the casino? I decided to go to the casino, of course, because I didn't have to take you to your destination where you were going. So I went up, put $20. I play video poker. Put $20 into a machine. I built it up to like 330. Ended up cashing out the ticket at right about 250. Went and bet a couple of the horse races.
Probably lost.
Came back. Yeah, actually, I did. I should have won. But it didn't matter. I wasn't betting that much money on the horses. Came back. Was playing video poker. Playing pick'em poker. Joker's Wild, 5 of a kind. Sat at a machine. Sat at the machine. Had about $200 left still on my ticket, and as dealt a king and a joker. And if you know pick'em poker, you get dealt 2 cards, and you get two piles of 3 cards, and you have to pick which pile you want. And one of my piles had the, you know what? I'm just about ready to bounce you out of my room. So shut your trap. Shut your trap. Or you're going to be bounced whoever the hell you are. Tired of your attitude. Anyway, that just ruined my story. But anyway, it turns out that the fat guy had five kings. For a decent amount of money.
Aren't you cool?
Yes, I am. I'm really cool.
In what world?
In this world. Everybody loves PA fats.
What's your definition of everyone?
Well, that would be 100% of the people.
That's very false.
Okay. Everybody is a fats
I
fanatic.
can think of a few people that probably dislike you.
Oh, name one.
I have it on my tip of my tongue. Why can't I? Mickey?
See? Nah. She doesn't remember me.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't remember me. That's all. That was 23 years ago. That's a long time ago.
Okay.
All right, so off we go in the semifinals. We got Riley Selmer going up against Aaron Heckman on the scratch side, and on the handicap side, we got Jack Conrad, who will be getting 10 pins against Aiden Davis. I'm not really sure what happened there on Aaron's first shot. I wasn't really watching it, but that looks like a 5-7.
Probably didn't throw it very good.
Probably not. And Jack starts with a strike. Looks like he's got some fans here in attendance. Good effort there by Aaron. Hello, son number 2. Shout out to Peaches today, my usual announcer partner in crime.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Peaches is watching.
There was no gummy worms here today for us to get high on.
And a good first shot there by Riley Selmer. As we started the match, I congratulated Riley on being in the finals, and I'm used to seeing him on the handicap side. So
Yes.
as many of our kids are moving up, he is in a scratch final today. Very good for him. Spare there for Aiden Davis to start the match. So Conrad with a strike, and oh, the Prodigy's going to take a break. We have another special guest walking into the booth.
What? I said they're over there at my coat.
Good afternoon, Skip Moyer.
I just couldn't stand how bitchy the Prodigy's been the last couple of days, so I had to give him a break.
Good shot there for Aiden Davis.
He's actually been pretty good the last couple days.
And a good conversion for Riley Selmer, converting the left-hander's washout. How we doing on viewers over there?
The most I saw, we were up in the high 40s.
Okay, not bad. Tell your friends out there if they're not watching. Take a break from watching whoever won the Masters tournament and the Daytona 500.
I don't want to know who won the Masters, so please nobody write it down.
You already know who won the Masters. You knew who won the Masters 2 years ago.
Good shot there for Jack Conrad.
Yes, Lynn, the fat guy won big last night. You should have been there with me.
I'm surprised you had a big enough car to bring it home in.
Yeah.
They should have brought it out in suitcases or something.
You know, I really did not like standing there in the middle of the floor having the lady pay me one $100 bill at a time. I kind of didn't like that too much.
It would have
Who the hell knew who was watching at that point in time?
It would have been funnier if she would have said, "Let's make a deal," and started to count them out in hundreds all the way out.
I would have asked for a security escort to the parking garage.
Yeah, that's what I was a little worried about.
Okay, Heckman with a spare there, so
You know,
open
it's-
strike spare.
It's funny, the thought of Hollywood actually ran through my head last night. I should have just came up.
See that?
Okay, Aiden Davis
I
looking to
coulda-
double up,
I
and he does.
I could have got some video poker lessons.
Yes, on just knowing which machine to sit at and play which game at which right time.
And amongst this conversation, you're going to tell me you never walked up to the horse racing?
No, I did bet some races, but I didn't go upstairs.
Oh.
I bet them in the room right next to the casino.
Gotcha. I didn't think you could go a whole night without watching a horse race. Aiden Davis comes up a little high there, leaving the 4, 6, 7, 10.
How about
I bet the first 2 races and then realized I was having a lot more fun playing video poker.
this Riley Selmer kid up on lane 9?
That's what I was mentioning earlier, right before you took the headset.
Another good shot.
Another good shot. I said that I'm used to seeing him on the right pair during the handicap, but, you know, it's amazing. We have a lot of great bowlers who have been regulars on the handicap side over the past couple of years are really moving up into the scratch side this now, and I don't
Right.
want to I don't want to speak out of context, but I think it might be his first scratch final.
I believe so.
I could be wrong, but I mean I think it's his first scratch final. Okay, Jack Conrad crosses over, takes down a strike. It has 4 in a row.
Jack up 28 after 4 frames.
And Heckman looking to spare up, and he does.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say, gentlemen, that I'm Lynn's favorite PJBT personality because she wrote that she loves PA Fats. Sorry to break that news to you guys.
That's okay. We all have our own fans out there. Oh, Jack breaks up a little bit high, ending the string, but leaves 6 pin, which is very makeable. And Heckman looking to get back on track, throws a strike on lane 9.
That brings Aaron back to within 2 pins of Riley through his 5th frame.
Winners of these matches will advance to take on our tournament leaders in scratch. From East Brunswick, New Jersey, Sam Bortnick. And from Bayonne, New Jersey, David Cortines. I told David that I was going to get his name wrong and the city wrong. That was just guaranteed today. So hopefully if his family is watching, they won't get upset with me if I get his name wrong. Try not to.
How about PJBT bowler Corey Rinda taking home the Bowler of the Year title today?
I did see that.
Another PJBT bowler wins something this weekend.
Yes, for fans who are not familiar with it, up in my home area of Greater Schuylkill County, they have a Bowler of the Year tournament every year for men, women, seniors, and youth. Today was the youth event. So congratulations to Corey. Okay, Riley looking for 4 in a row, and he gets it. Riley still on a 280 pace with a perfect score with the exception of a spare in the 2nd frame. Okay, Davis looking to get back on track, and he strikes on lane 11. Davis still trailing the match by about 20 pins, but only halfway through the semifinal. Meanwhile, Heckman strips the 10 pin for a double. Okay, Conrad comes up a little bit light, leaving the 3 pin.
With a spare conversion, he will be at 128 in the 5th with a spare, 138 with his handicap, and Aiden presently is at 92 in the 5th with a strike in the 6th. So about a 26-pin lead.
One thing I wanted to mention also, PA, while I'm on here, is I know earlier you were telling everybody about the upcoming events. I did see that we had a handful of entries come in this afternoon and here on site today. So we should be around, I'm going to estimate around 20 teams already for 20 to 22 teams for next week. So if you haven't gotten your entry in yet, the deadline is 11:59 tonight for the discounted entry fee for next Sunday for the 3-person team tournament. And as you mentioned, the first 32 teams are guaranteed to bowl on a lane together, with it being a 32-lane house. Then our teams that sign up after that,
They'll have to bowl in the parking lot.
well, that would be interesting.
Yes.
It's like just like we used to do in
make-
gym class. We used to set up carpets with pin spotters and
Yes.
stuff.
Just make sure you bowl on the eastern parking lot because they have a ramp.
Yes.
If you bowl on the western side, you have to go up and down steps. That's not a lot of fun.
And the doors are a little heavier.
I had a really good bowl of chicken, broccoli, and rice soup there yesterday. I'm sure you care.
Good strike there by Aiden
I'm
Davis.
glad you told me that. I really
Yes.
am. I never knew how good it was.
Just in case if they have it there when we're there next week.
have to give a shout out next week to their restaurant, though. Hennigan's usually has some very good
Yes,
food.
they do.
So I suggest all bowlers check it out during or after the event next week.
After 7 frames on the scratch side, Riley Selmer with a 32-pin lead. Jack Conrad up about 44 in the handicap side.
Aiden with a good shot there, but leaving the 7 pin. If he converts here, he will close the match to 15 pins. And he does convert. So he trails by 15 at the moment. Once again today, guys, also want to mention a good contingent of bowlers not from the state of Pennsylvania. We have actually 4 out of our 10 finalists not from PA today. Our tournament leader in scratch is from New Jersey, and the other 4 bowlers were from PA. But on the handicap side, we had 2 New Jerseys, 2 PAs, and 1 bowler from West Virginia. So a mix of finalists today.
Hey, they traveled to bowl with the big boys and girls.
Absolutely.
We offer the most scholarship money in the area and have the most challenge shot patterns for bowlers to get ready for their Pepsi tournaments and junior gold, and if by chance they have state tournaments for high school bowlers,
Well,
like we do here in Pennsylvania.
yeah, and also some of the major tournaments we have coming up. I mean, in the month of June, I always think of June as the one of the biggest tournament months of the year for youth bowling. I mean, first weekend of June, we always have our championship weekend with PJBT and the pro bowlers from the PBA. This year, I have been informed that our boy Mr. Parker Bone III will not only be attending, he will be able to stay for the whole weekend.
Well, that's nice.
I'm told his schedule will allow him to do that this year. And we're very excited about some of the pros we have coming again. And second weekend of June is our Masters tournament, which, by the way, this year's Masters tournament will be here at Town and Country Lanes for the first half of the event. And the second half and finals will be held at Rose Bowl in Allentown. And third weekend, the Masters tournament, by the way, we give out $1,500 first place guaranteed for the scratch and $1,000 for handicap, so that's a big event. And then the following weekend, Father's Day weekend, is when we team up with the JBT and have our $5,000 first place event, the best scholarship tournament. The bowlers of the Eastern Scholarship Tours get together for the best tournament down in New Jersey. So, yeah, lots of upcoming events on the schedule. Make sure you stay tuned in here on our live streaming, as we will be more than happy to bring you coverage of all those events as we go forward this year. All right, 10th frame.
Yes, with that strike there by Riley, he pretty much has shut out Aaron, so he'll be moving on to the finals. I believe I have my math right this time.
Yes, it does look correct. Riley would be in the 230s. Heckman maxes out at 220, so it does look like Riley will move to the championship match. Meanwhile, on the handicap side, it's still undecided as we're in the 10th frame. And another strike for Aiden Davis as he doubles in the 10th. He can now strike one more time to shoot 209. That would put him at 209. And that would force Jack to at least show up in the 10th frame.
Yes. Yes, the handicap may come into play here.
Wow, an interesting shot there. A
Yes.
pocket 7-10, but a good game for Aiden. He shoots 207. And I believe that's going to be a little short for him, as I believe Jack will need to just keep the ball in the lane to advance.
Yes.
But But still a good day for Aiden Davis as he comes from the 5th position up to 3rd to finish 3rd. And there's a strike for Jack Conrad to lock up the match.
All right, so our finalists are set. All right, and our final scores on the handicap side. Jack Conrad moves on to the finals with a 225 to 207 victory over Aiden Davis. So Aiden will finish 3rd today. Great showing there by Aiden. And on the scratch side, we have Riley Selmer with 237 to Aaron Heckman's 214. So the finals will be a battle of the number 1 and the number 2 seeds on both the scratch and handicap side. And a lot of lefties.
Didn't I say something about lefties? In this place, last I checked, the last year a lefty won.
Goes there. Jack Conrad shot 215 to win. And I already got Aiden's score. PA. He's going to hand me those cards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it gets me up. I had these.
All right, so we will now have awards presentations for our 3rd place finishers, and then off we go to the title match. Aaron Heckman, 3rd place finisher today. I believe $55 is what I heard.
No idea.
Aiden Davis, 3rd place finisher in the handicap division. All right, which means it's prediction time here on the PJBT. All right, Prodigy, let's start with the handicap division. We know neither bowler.
We'll go with Jack.
You're going to go with Jack, huh?
Yeah.
Well, then, I'll disagree and take the number 1 seed, whatever his name is.
I think I just took Jack because I knew his name.
Okay. Who is the number 1 seed? We don't know. We have no idea. All right. Scratch division. We got Sam Bortnick against Riley Selmer.
Sam.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Riley's going to be nervous. That's pretty easy to tell.
I don't know. Riley just won a junior gold qualifier yesterday, so he's,
That's a little bit different.
He's, I think Sam might be a little nervous too. Has Sam ever won a PJBT?
Yeah, I think like 4 or 5.
Oh. Okay. A lot of people are chiming in on the message board. It says, go with Jack. I did hear Jack is getting 1 pin of handicap.
Yeah.
So pretty even. Let's see here. Who do I take in the scratch division? Do I take Riley or do I take Sam? You know what? I'm going to go with Riley because I want him to move and go to Conrad Weiser next year.
Not gonna happen.
Probably not, but you never know.
I mean,
you're
if
going
he
with
ever
the number
wants to
one-
win a state title for team, he'll move to Conrad Weiser, or another county title. Because Mifflin ain't gonna win the county title next year. Sorry. You need 5 decent bowlers, not 2. Now, to win states, you don't need 5 decent bowlers. You need like 4. But to win counties, because it's on house, you need 5 decent bowlers for whatever reason.
Boy, there's a lot of SmackDown going on the board now. A lot of Jack fans here. Wow, this is interesting. I will say the leader in the handicap division looks like he's about 28 years old. We might need to check his ID. Off to Matt. So Riley will be starting on lane 9, which means he'll be finishing last on lane 10. All right, and David will be starting on lane 11. He will be giving Jack 1 single stick. All right, let's get Dr. Hook in here quick to give us his predictions and break the tie because right now each bowler has 1 vote. All right, scratch and handicap. What do you got there, Dr. Hook?
I'm going to go with Riley Selmer for some reason. I don't
All
know
right,
why.
so you agreed with me,
I'm going to go with Riley, and I'm going to go with Jack Conrad.
and you agreed with Daniel on that one, the prodigy.
So
So,
we'll see, but we'll see how it goes.
yes.
Riley does start with a strike, but let's see how these lefties break that pair down now that they're both on the left. David starts with the 210 split. Great shot there by Sam. Expect this scratch match to be quite a high-scoring affair. Both bowlers striking a lot today. Oh, and a great try there by David Cortinas. Puts an open frame on the board, but we basically have a scratch match on the handicap side also, so very interesting today.
All right, Sam up, scratch side, frame number 2. He opens with a double. He looks at Riley and says, "Take that, lefty."
He's a lefty. I told you it's a lefty house.
Jack taking his time.
I wonder if that David Stroll's a lefty up there.
He is not.
Did you ask?
I watched.
What was it on their Facebook or something?
Who are we talking about?
David Stroll,
Oh, David Stroll.
the guy who
Oh,
has the house record.
I did not.
The house record that's oddly low.
That's a double for Riley. He looks back at the fat guy and smiles. And opens galore on the handicap side. Opening turkey for Riley. Gobble, gobble.
I think that shot helps me prove that this is a lefty, as he threw that really bad.
That's a strike for Jack. Frame number 2. All right, David up. Frame number 2. Working on an open in frame number 1. And he goes a little high. Leaves himself the 3-pin. Bortnick up. He's looking to keep pace with Riley. And he does. 10 back. Both bowlers on the scratch side opening up with a turkey.
As I said, high-scoring match on the scratch side, as expected. You know, it's funny, during match play today, we had some 270 to 260 matches. I noticed one specifically that involved Riley Selmer, that he actually won the match, shooting 279, I believe it was.
Yes,
and
it was.
Alex Glinsky lost to him, but shot 268. So I have a feeling that this match is going to be very similar.
I'm that pair yet, too.
Yes, matter of fact, you're right, it was.
And that's the front 4 for Bortnick.
Again, he hated that shot. Struck. Every shot I hated today, I think didn't strike.
David comes in high. He hasn't thrown really a good shot yet. We'll be looking to make some type of an adjustment.
First time.
Did you check his ID? He kind of looks like he's like 28.
They say the same thing to my wife. I don't worry about it. In the case of us, as long as he's under 21. Looking to make the spare, and he does. Very interesting form he's got there, too. You know, I actually didn't get a chance to watch too much of him during qualifying and match play, but another, looks like the two-handed and the, I don't know what the exact term is. I'll call it spin action.
Riley up on the scratch side looking for the opening 5. And he trips the 7. Gives it a fist pump and smiles back at us again. Let's see, Jack is on a strike in the second. He's up in the third, looking to double to take the lead, and he does. He gives a little fist pump as well, but he does not look back at us and smile.
I'm guessing they'll smile once it's over.
He takes a drink, though. All right.
All right.
Sam up in the 5th, looking to keep pace with Riley.
This would be front 5 for both of them. 5th frame. And he gets it.
Woo! We have ourselves an old shooting match.
And a triple for Jack Conrad. After opening with an open frame, he has 3 in a row. Oh, and a good, looked like a good shot off his hand, but it comes in high, leaving the 4, 6, 7, 10 for
Doesn't
David?
really look like he's made too much of an adjustment yet.
I don't know if he made a mistake on that shot. I think it actually surprised him a little. 'Cause that shot off his hand looked pretty good, but it just looked like it broke early. He converts just one.
It almost looks like he's playing the type of line a lefty would play. Like he's he's not really moving left at this point with this many games on this pair. You would think he has to migrate a little more left, especially with his form, and get a little more area, find some oil out there.
Well, that could happen here now that he put up an open frame. He has 49 in the fourth, has not struck yet in the match, and is falling behind quickly. Fifth frame.
That was a better shot.
A lot better shot there. Just a solid 10-pin. Now, back on the scratch side, Selmer looking to make it 6 in a row and keep pace, and he does.
Wow.
12 for 12 between the two bowlers. Perfect game through 6 for both competitors in the title match for scratch. All right, Riley up in the 7th frame, looking for 7 in a row, and he has it. What a match we have in the scratch side. Conrad crosses over, takes advantage of the break, and has 4 in a row.
We're soon going to have to maybe get out the PJBT record book to see what the highest scoring championship game was. For two bowlers combined. I'm sure it's 560, 550, something.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
You actually
some-
keep record of that?
No, but I'm trying to remember. I know we had somebody shoot 300 in the final. 7 for 7 on both sides. We
Was
did
it
have-
in this house and was it a lefty?
No, it was not. It was Tyler Herman, and he shot it at Heaster Lanes.
Of all places.
And that was actually when he was like, I don't know, he'd probably have to chime in, but it was when he was like 13 or 14 years old.
Wow.
He was young, and he bowled a 300 in the finals, and his opponent, if I remember right, shot like 250 or 260. So, you know.
Was that scratch or handicap division?
I don't know. It might have been handicap, actually. I'd have to check that out. But I know we've had 300s in the final, but I don't know about the opponent bowling as good as they have. So this is a match for the ages right now. 7 for 7
Yes.
on both sides. They are starting the 8th frame. Bortnick up, left lane. Looking to keep the pressure on. 14 for 14. This is shot 15 of the match. And
Wow.
he gets it. Front 8 for Sam Bortnick.
It makes it even a little bit more impressive that they're both lefties, so you don't get a lot of lefties, playing on top of each other like they are. Now, doesn't seem like the pair is breaking down. I haven't seen many make any type of major adjustment here.
Neither of them put an over amount of hand in it. So their ball's not going to come off that pattern very hard. That's a good ball.
Strike for Riley Selmer. You are 8 for 8. Back on the handicap side, David gets his first strike of the match. However, he still does trail by about 40. Nope, make that 49.
Andrew Lazarchuk checked in, said he lost to Connor at Berks 269 to 257 one time.
Connor.
We've had some high-scoring matches over the years. I just, off the top of my mind.
Uh-oh.
And he
whoa.
trips it. He trips the 5-6. You know what? That looked like a Dr. Hook shot.
Yeah.
That was a Dr. Hook shot.
He definitely left that one out a little bit, and it came trucking back.
So a double on the handicap side for David Cortinas. And right now he is on pace to shoot 219. However, Jack Conrad continues to hold the lead. But he leaves the 5-6. That'll be a tricky one to convert. Meanwhile, Bortnick looking for a strike for the front 9 to match his opponent, Riley Selmer. If he strikes here, we will have both competitors in the title match with the front 9. 9th frame.
It's a good ball.
And he gets it.
Ooh, wow, this is incredible.
So we have the front nine for both competitors. And by the way, don't forget, both competitors.
We have to see if they're in the 300
Yeah,
pot.
let me check my notes here. Riley is and Sam is. They are both in the 300 pot. So $31 additional on the line today for the 300 pot.
To-
So
To my
Let me ask you really quick, Prodigy. Who would you rather be now? Would you rather be Sam that gets to finish first?
Oh, Sam. You want to be Sam, man. Because what I was about to just say, before you interrupted me, was, to my knowledge, Riley has never shot 300. So, trying to step up, if Sam were to shoot 300, to try to tie your opponent at 300 when you've never shot it is bad. That's not easy.
just a quick update on the handicap side. Conrad leaving the 2-pin. He looks to convert. Coming off an open frame, he does convert the spare, so he can shoot 224 scratch. Meanwhile, his opponent, David Cortinas, can shoot 219. So that match is still very much up for grabs.
Yes, we apologize. We don't mean to let that match go, but
We may have some history on the line here. Bortnick, first shot of the 10th frame.
Good shot.
Oh, and he comes up high, leaving the 6-pin. Well, there's a lot of things that could be running through his mind now. Because spare strike 279, he could lose. But it's important that he spares and strikes because very easily we could end up in a tie here.
Well, then it
Yes.
would force Riley to get the first one.
It would also, you are correct, it would force him. And the other thing is, too, if he gets 9 spare strike, 279, it forces Riley to get 9 on the first ball. Because
Yes.
without 9 on the first ball, then Riley automatically loses.
Yep.
He picks up the spare, so the fill ball will be big here.
ball. All right, and on the handicap side, David did triple to close his match. Sam taking some little bit extra time there.
Can't blame him. I mean, that was
No.
that was another great shot. I mean, we've seen 1 or 2 shots from both bowlers that, as the Prodigy said, they weren't really happy or pleased with, but they still struck. There's a big shot.
And that's 4.
4 in a row for David Cortinas.
I'd say whatever adjustment he made probably was the right one.
He has made a great adjustment because now the match is almost even again. All right, now Bortnick for the fill ball in the 10th frame. Strike and shoot 279.
Oh,
And he leaves the 7-pin. So
half hit 7.
278 on the scoreboard for Sam Bortnick. What a great game. Meanwhile, Jack Conrad leaves the 3-pin. So Jack can now shoot 213 with his handicap of 1 pin would be 214. And David Cortinas can strike out for 219. So Dave is
Yes.
clearly back in the match.
All right, Riley needs a strike to win.
Strike.
Or
Yep. Strike.
9 spare 9. 9 spare strike.
Strike for the title.
That's a good shot.
And he gets it. Riley Selmer.
Wow.
Now he can go. Now he can have a little fun and go for the perfect game. 10 in a row for Riley. Meanwhile, Conrad goes light, leaves the 3-pin. He gets.
By the way, Riley's parents are not in the building today. I don't think I've ever seen them not in the building when he was at a tournament.
You know, I don't want to jinx it, but I want to say that
It's a good shot.
front 11 for Riley. I just want to say that my first ever JBT title when I was a kid, my parents were nowhere even near the building either. So that's sometimes that's it's funny how that happens, but
Well, we may have watched PJBT history here. We may have had the largest final match score-wise for two competitors. Will be in the 570s. assuming Riley.
Keeps it on the lane.
Yes.
Good shot there. Jack Conrad finishes out with 201. His one-pin handicap gives him 202. And for the 300.
Uh-oh.
He left it wide.
Oh,
That's
all right. Good game.
297.
297
Congratulations to Riley Selmer. 297.
on the live stream, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought he almost pulled a U.
Yeah, you know, I thought for a moment that ball was going in the gutter too. And by the way, David struck, and it looks like that will be enough. 99, 129, 159. Yes, David will need just a couple pins to win on the handicap side. And what do you know? The fat guy could go 2-0 today.
Must be something in the water.
I've been on fuego lately. And that is going to be enough, ladies and gentlemen. With a conversion, David will be at 2. David will be at 208 with a spare conversion. Jack in the house at 202. So David will be your handicap division champion today. Well, you're welcome, Donna. It's our pleasure to live stream it. This is what we do. We want to get the public out there to know all of us here at PJBT. And you find out about us, then you want to come bowl in our tournaments. All right, once again, your final scores in the scratch division. Riley Selmer, your champion today, with a 297 to 278 victory over Sam Bortnick. And in the handicap division, we have, let me get his name.
Cortinas.
David Cortinas defeating Jack Conrad 207 to 202. Two fantastic matches to finish off the day. We will have awards presentations, and ladies and gentlemen, you definitely want to stick around for the post-match interviews. You have been watching the finals of the PJBT bowling tournament here at Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Is your mic okay? 'Cause at the end there, you cut out. I heard you saying everything, and then I lost you. You bumped up.
Thank you, Rich. David. Move over a little bit. Sam Bortnick, your unfortunate, unlucky runner-up in the scratch division today, shooting 278 in the finals. $100 richer. Jack Conrad, $100 richer on the handicap side for his second place finish. Riley Selmer, your scratch division champion, shooting 297 in the finals and picking up the $200 prize. David Cortinas, your handicap division winner, picking up $200. All right, we will get pictures with the winners. I will reset the camera and we will do interviews. Stay tuned.
to get my junk out of here so I can.
Thank you.
All right, we are here with handicap division winner David. Say your last name so we know how to say it correctly.
Cortinas.
Cortinas. Is this your first tournament with us?
Yeah, it is actually.
Are you? Now I was saying to check your ID because you look about 28 to me. How old are you exactly?
I'm 19.
And you go to Stevens College? Really? What are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in computer science.
Computer science. Very good. Very good. Where do you bowl out of typically?
I'm usually bowling around Hudson Lanes in Bayonne, New Jersey.
Oh, another New Jersey person comes to Pennsylvania and steals our cash. Yeah. What'd you see out there today?
I just saw the lanes kind of drying up a little bit. I had to make a few board adjustments, but towards the end I found my line and I just tried playing it. Hold on.
I mean, typically, a lot of lefties typically do good. You came in and as a righty, and it was a good match. I mean, the first 4 frames you didn't really throw the ball really good. Would you make an adjustment in the 5th? You left a 10 pin, and then it was strikes on after that. What did you do?
I just decided to move a little bit left. I saw that it was coming high, and I just really needed to make sure it got to a spot where it would come into the pocket smoothly.
What equipment were you throwing?
I was throwing the phase 2 primarily, and then just a standard T zone for my spares.
You want to give a shout out to anybody?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. Well, normally I'll ask people who their favorite PJBT personality is for their last question, but you don't know too many of us, so we're just going to assume it's me.
All right.
PA facts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your handicap division champion. Everyone kind of left pretty quick. David, say your last name again.
Cortinas.
All right, let's give him a round of applause. Yay. All right, leave my set.
All right.
And now, coming in, your scratch division champion, Riley Selmer. Wow.
Oh.
That was a really good championship match there, Riley.
Yeah, for the first one, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Lots of memories made. Tell us, you a little nervous there on that last shot?
Not really. I was kind of just like in shock that I won. I wasn't really thinking about the 12th shot that much.
Yeah. Did you ever shoot 300?
I have not. This is actually my highest score.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So let's see here. What was it like sitting on the bench? Because you were gonna finish the match last.
Right.
What was it like sitting there knowing that you're on the front 9 and you might lose because your opponent was also on the front 9?
It was pretty nerve-wracking. Like, to have front 9, it's good enough, but when the person you're bowling against has front 9 also, it's kind of crazy. So I kind of just wanted to make the best shots I could, see what happened.
Yeah, well, I guess you made some pretty good shots there in the 10th and 11th. I mean,
Yeah.
What equipment were you throwing today?
All roto grip and storm stuff, the Daredevil and Snap Lock all day.
Excellent. Want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yeah, Jack and my dad. He's not here, and
Yes.
and I won. So
Yeah, I'm not really sure I've ever seen you at a tournament where your father hasn't been.
yeah, he's usually here.
Yeah.
He's a good supporter sometimes when I'm bowling well. So.
Is he going to be allowed to come to any
Oh
tournaments
no,
from now on?
no, definitely not.
Absolutely
not.
Absolutely
No
not.
way.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So, AccuJack kind of helped you through on the day today.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. All right. You know what's coming next, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I already know it's not. Your favorite PJBT personality is
Josh.
who's that?
Josh Sadazan.
AKA Skip Moyer.
Yes.
Why not me?
I don't know.
Why not me? Why not me? No love for the fat guy? Get off my set. Ladies and gentlemen, you're Scratch. Get back here, Skip. You're a Scratch Division champion with a 297 in the finals. Riley Selmer. Put her there. Now get off my set. All right. Let's wrap this up. Of course he was. I don't know how.
It is.
The Selmers just don't like. There's no love for the fat guy in the Selmer family, I swear to God.
It is what it is.
No.
Maybe next week.
As much as I've supported Jack through the years.
You can't even get any love from your own kid. if he is your kid, rather.
That's true. That's true. All right. So, this is another great day here at PJBT Bowling.
It was.
Now it's time to go back to work. Ugh.
Not yet. That's not Russia.
All right. Next week we will be at Clearview Lanes in Mount Joy.
3-person team
For
event.
the 3-person team event. Once again, you get a discount if you put your deposit in by 11:59 tonight. You do not need a team to get the deposit. Just put your deposit in. We got probably about room for 10 to 12 more where you guys will be together. Once we get past 32 teams, 33 to 40, you will be split up. So you may not be able to bowl with your teammates, so get your deposit in.
Yeah, we probably won't. We normally don't take any walk-ins, so I would get your entries in ASAP.
Yes. Well, all right. Let's wrap this up so we could go eat.
Absolutely.
On the Fat Guy tonight.
So I've heard.
Yes. All right. We have no idea who that was.
Why's he got to do that?
I don't know. All right. So
what is it with Bethlehem and people just randomly coming on set?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Who was here today? We had Mom and Pop were here.
Little Brady.
Little Brady was here. Brent was here. We'll say hi to Peaches, who's probably working right about now.
She's at home doing who the hell knows what.
Oh, okay. Brittany, who didn't join us today. Peyton, who's asleep. Well, we'll say hi to that guy down in York. Travis
you and I were
Jeff.
here. Who cares?
Yes. For the Prodigy, for Dr. Hook, this is Skip Moyer. As usual, I'm the one your mother warns you about. Stay away from the Fat Guy. We'll see you next week from
Clearview Lanes
in Mount Joy. Till then, bye-bye.